I don't necessarily open up right away. I've gotten away with that for a really long time. Like I've dated, I've been dating. Yeah. But I don't really put much effort into it. It's very much like I enjoy people pursuing me because I don't have to be vulnerable.
Virginia represents a lot of people, men and women, who have opened up and got themselves hurt. And because of that, put up a wall and decided that it was easier to go through life on the surface, not letting anyone in, than to be hurt again. There are so many people who long to be seen and deeply loved, yet simultaneously hide who they actually are.
I'm kind of shy. Okay. And I feel like I say stuff to people, even if it's like funny stuff or whatever, once I'm comfortable with them. Virginia, the next step is like engaged in marriage. So I need to know everything about you. Yeah.
How do we expect people to love us for who we are if we're not being who we are? If you want a deep connection, a deep relationship, it requires you to go deep. Now, if you want a surface level relationship, then cool. Keep the wall up, keep overly protecting yourself. But if you want something real, you have to be vulnerable. Real relationships require vulnerability. That means taking off the mask, showing who you really are, and leaning into it. This is who I am. I'm weird. I'm quirky, but this is me. That's being vulnerable. Lean into it. This is what I fear. This is what I'm afraid of. This is what I'm scared of. I have this anxiety. I'm not great at. It's hard for us to have those conversations because we want our partner to actually like us, right? And so we think that highlighting the great things about our lives, that social media reel, we think that highlighting those things will make our partner like us. And that's great. Maybe they will. But the best relationships, the best connections are the ones where both of you can go deeper. Let's talk about the stuff that maybe we aren't so proud of. Let's talk about the inner child stuff. Let's talk about our unmet needs as a child and how they show up today in adulthood. Let's go deep. Being vulnerable means showing your partner your weaknesses, the fragile parts of you. And I know it's not always easy. Some of us are afraid of being rejected. We think if we act strong, if we act perfect, and only highlight the good things, we'll be loved. But the thing is, your insecurities don't just disappear because you pretend they're not there. You just end up going through life and no one knows who you are. Is that even living? If no one in this world knows you deeply, what kind of life is that? And then you just end up in a relationship with someone who doesn't fully know you, with a surface level connection. The two of you end up living in this fake world together that lacks true intimacy. And who wants a surface level love? No one. Not being vulnerable is a coping mechanism. It's a way to protect ourselves. Maybe in childhood, that person lacked a safe space to show their emotions. Maybe they were constantly told, stop crying, you'll be all right. Maybe they were made fun of when they did try to express themselves and open up, right? It could have been their caregivers, it could have been at school. There's a lot of different reasons why we learn to not be vulnerable. Alex on Love is Blind talked about telling a girl he had a crush on her and she laughed at him. And the whole class made fun of him, right? And he started to eat lunch in the bathroom. So yes, those types of experiences can traumatize us, and it can cause our brain to say, hey, don't open up, protect yourself, protect your emotions, don't share. We have to fight through that. We have to know that you did nothing wrong by opening up. It was the other person who laughed at us, who didn't provide the safe space, who undermined what we were feeling. They're the person that needs to make the adjustment. Maybe we have to practice knowing who to open up to, right? And who deserves to know those inner parts of us. But there's nothing wrong with opening up. Maybe in your past you did open up and that got you nowhere but pain and a broken heart.
I know.
My examples of love outside of like my grandparents haven't been very healthy. I don't want to keep choosing the wrong guy in the wrong situation.
Right.
Sometimes they gaslight you. Mm-hmm. They say things and then they're like, I've absolutely never said that. Mm-hmm. They've picked me apart.
So do you feel like because of all those situations that you've kind of closed off and that's why you've been single?
You just opened up to the wrong person, right? So the solution is not, okay, I'm going to put up a wall. The solution is within, which, by the way, the solution 9 times out of 10 is always within. It's never about pointing and blaming, but that's another video. What can you reflect on within to help you correct the pattern of opening up to the wrong person over and over again? Vulnerability is not a weakness. In fact, it's a strength. Leaning in to the imperfect parts of us actually gives us power over the imperfections. Hiding it and pretending and thinking it doesn't exist only keeps us stuck and doesn't allow us to grow. What mistakes did you make? What red flags did you ignore? Was it the right time to open up? Was it the right place? These are things that we all have to think about, but I want us all to practice being vulnerable again, because finding someone you can be vulnerable with is super healing. It's like finally getting the love and support you needed as a kid that you didn't get. It's not about being weak. It's about being brave enough to show who you actually are. And when you do that, you actually become stronger and create a deeper love. Check out my video, 10 tips to be vulnerable while dating. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Like it and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.